Well, we had a baby.
You did?
We had a wee little one. It's weird because I remember. I mean, there was the rumors that were happening and going around, and then I went to a meeting down in Grand Junction, and then in that meeting in Grand Junction there was like announcements, and we had CDC people there, and they were like, "Hey, we're not going to shake hands. Let's not do anything. We don't want anything." I came back. Pauline went for a meeting down to St. George, and then everything shut down.
Yep.
And it was the whole state shut down.
I remember.
And then blasted earthquake. Right
And that's the
before
thing. I thought it was the end of the world because it was like, okay, are we starting, the last years here because we have another earthquake happen?
To the end.
And it was the day after that they announced everything was done. Because I was at work.
Well, I just remember we had one vendor come to our job, and they stated that they actually had to get permission, and they had a special card that they were going to be carrying around, and we're just like, this is the biggest bunch of baloney. And then like a week later, it was like, oh, okay.
And then it wasn't.
We are now getting that.
Yeah.
But well, remember, if you think about it, remember all of us got sick in like the December before. We were like super sick in December and January. And we're like, no one knew what it was. And then it happened in March, and we're like, oh.
Well, remember, so we were the first one that actually got the official COVID.
Yeah. I never actually was diagnosed with COVID.
Oh, I was. So, son got it first, then I got it immediately afterward, and it felt better, and then the sensation of losing taste and smell was wicked.
Oh, so you got like the first string of stuff.
Yeah. So,
yep, I never had any
I just remember going out when everyone was quarantined, and because of our public health job at the time, we were able to go out, and it was so quiet.
And the sky was blue, and there was no pollution.
And the animals were out. Like when we would go into like some of the more forested areas, the animals were just kind of roaming freely, and it was just like, I like this.
Well, I remember the thing that shocked me is when the canals of Venice, they showed a before picture like a week before they closed. And it was like you couldn't see through the water or anything. And then like 2 weeks after, it was totally clear. Animals had come back into the canals and stuff, and it was like.
And it goes to show you that
pollution was going away.
We're bad people.
Yep.
Hey, should we get started?
I don't know. Are we bad
Josh
people?
has to go on vacation.
Heck yeah, dude.
So let's get started.
And I have to go to bed.
Oh, shoot. Welcome to the Twaddling Along Podcast. I'm your host, Dan McBride, here with my brothers and co-host, Joshua.
That's me.
And Jacob.
Going to bed could have so many connotations.
Why are we talking about bed?
Because beds are good.
It's my choice today. We are on the human condition, the last of our 3-part for this time, and I chose sleep. We're going to talk about sleep, and we're going to talk about my lack of sleeping and how I wish I got more sleep. We're gonna go through the whole kit and the caboodle of sleep. I, in preparation for this, have put together a couple questions that I'm going to ask you guys.
Wait, first, in preparation for this, I took a nap.
We're actually going to talk about naps because I want to talk about the culture of naps.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the siesta. I want to talk about long naps, short naps, everything. So here we go.
Nappy nap.
The very first question I want to ask you guys concerning sleep. What time do you usually go to bed? Joshua.
On a weekday, probably 9 or 10.
9 or 10? That early? That surprises me that you go to bed that early.
Now, on the weekends, like 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah. Weekends are terrible. Jake, what about you?
10, 10:30?
10:30. And I'm about the same. About 10:30 for the weekdays. In the weekends, I'm normally up a little bit later. Like, mostly, like, I very rarely can pull anything beyond about 11:30 anymore. But the other night, me and Pauline were up watching Instagram Reels until like midnight. So, okay. What time do you wake up?
Now, that's a good question. What time does my alarm go off, or what time do I get up?
Ooh, interesting. Tell us about what time your alarm goes off. And are you one of those that rises with the alarm, or do you...
Here's what's super funny. Growing up without a wife, every time the alarm went off, I was up. On my mission, I was up at the alarm. Since I've been married, I always snooze once.
Just one time? Are you just a single snoozer, or are you like a snooze until like the last possible second?
I turn it off and then set another timer for like longer than an actual snooze.
Like how long? Give us a...
It depends on the day. So my alarm is at 6:15, and usually like I set a timer for like 30 or 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's more than a snooze. That's like a whole nap.
Yeah.
So you go to bed.
Yep.
So you nap during the day, go to bed, and then take a nap in the morning.
Yeah.
You are a cat, sir.
I am.
You are nothing but a...
This is sinister, but no, I'm depressed.
Oh, now I'm all sad. All right, Jake, what about you?
I'm about 5:30, 5:45.
And are you an alarm person? Are you a snoozer? Are you a can't go back to sleep person? What are you?
I have to go potty really bad at 5:45 in the morning, so I have to get out of the bed.
So, but can you go back to bed after that?
No.
You really can't?
No, at that time, I can't go back to bed.
So I'll ask this personal question. Do you guys go potty during the night?
I don't as much. Maybe once a week I'll wake up and I'll go, I might as well just get up and go. But I mean, as long as I wake up prior to
sunrise,
I would say 4 o'clock. If I go to the bathroom before that, I can go back to sleep. But anytime after that, it's over.
I have like a clock. I am clockwork. If I go to sleep early, it's around midnight to 1. If I go to sleep a little bit later, it's 1 to 2. I go potty.
It really depends on my lead up to bed. When I eat last.
Gotcha.
When I drink water last. All those things. When I take medication. If I wake up in the middle of the night. If I'm super tired, no, I will not wake up in the middle of the night. Most of the time, I would say at least once I'll get up.
Gotcha.
And go. Okay, so it sounds like we're all kind of different because when it comes to me, 6 o'clock is when my alarm gets off. I am not a snoozer. I have never been a snoozer. I just get up.
See, anymore. I'm just too comfortable.
But let me be very, very clear. This is adult Danny that we're talking about.
I
Teenage
remember,
Danny was a very different creature.
Who was Danny's alarm clock? I was Danny's alarm clock.
Yeah, and I can still sleep in on the weekends. Like I don't have like a clock inside me that's like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. Get up. You know, I can kind of force myself back to sleep.
It depends on the day. Sometimes my alarm or my human clock is like 8 o'clock. But then sometimes it doesn't happen and I can sleep till like noon.
Yeah.
Guess who's up at 5:45 on the weekends? This guy.
Now, is that because of kids or is that just because in general, like even if your kids are still asleep, you'll get up?
It's my bathroom clock.
Your bathroom clock. And you can't force yourself back to sleep? Even going, my kids aren't going to be awake for 2 hours. I'm just going to get 2 more hours of sleep.
No, and it's like one of those, and my kids wake up early. I mean,
I wonder who they learn that from.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think. My son wakes up at 6:30. My daughter can sleep in a little bit, but I mean, I put him to bed early.
You do?
I do. Yeah, they go to bed at 7:30.
I know it's funny tending both of your kids. It's
but
with your
so
guys.
nice because then you have so much time to yourself if you go to bed.
And the reality is, it's actually probably really, really good. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, but there are different like sleep schedules that different ages are supposed to be on, and even an evolutionary reason why that's the case. But my children could never. If I can get them down at 8:30, it's a miracle. And most of the time, I have one or two like them coming out and going, "Dad, can I have and you're like, you don't know what you want, do you? You just want to come out of your room.
I say, we get that a little bit, 15, 20 minutes after.
Water?
Our daughter's pretty bad at that.
Your daughter is one that wouldn't let us leave the room when we tried putting her down.
I'll see. We give them 5 minutes.
Oh, see.
5 minutes each. We each, and it's 5 minutes with me and then 5 minutes with mom each, and then they can hang out with us, and then at that point timer goes off. We're like, okay, time to go to bed. And then
my wife is too good. She's like, I didn't want to leave her.
What is their nighttime routine? Do you do like books before bed? Do you do
so it kind of depends. We've striven to do books more. We're not good at it always, but usually, I mean, Julie's a lot better at this than I am. She has a routine where she's able to kind of get them to be able to either read a book with her or they want to play a game with her really quick. But then we do brush teeth, get in pajamas, and hop in the bed. We do baths, I think, every other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to you guys, how long does it typically take you to actually fall asleep once you are in bed?
So I have a routine, and this might sound super awkward and inappropriate, but I'm the big spoon first.
Okay.
And then when my body fully relaxes, I flip over and I could go to sleep probably within 10 seconds.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
But I can't fall asleep being the big spoon.
Really? You have to actually flip over. Now, do you become the small spoon, or is it just...
Oh, yeah.
you
No,
guys?
I become the small spoon.
Okay. Yeah.
We cuddle all night long.
I
that's
just picture
cute.
your wife trying.
Oh, trying to do that? My 5 foot nothing. No, I'm just kidding. She's 5'2". She'll correct me if I don't correct it. So, but yeah.
So, like, timetable wise, how long does that take you?
I would say 10, 15 minutes.
What about you, Jake?
I can go to bed pretty fast.
Can you?
I mean, if for the most part, 5-10 minutes. So
the
I have a
typical is
routine.
10 to 20 minutes for most people. That's considered healthy. People can go to bed faster, and there's no problem with that. It's when it takes longer than 20 minutes that you start getting into, like, oh, what is insomnia? What is caffeine intake? Have you eaten too late? Everything like that. So that's good.
Now, I will say, pre-marriage, give me 30 seconds.
Really?
Yep. I learned
That's my wife. Oh,
I learned the Navy technique where you can relax each part of your body.
you tense and then relax.
Yep. And then literally, like, my mind could just shut off.
Tried that. Doesn't work for me. It takes me a long time.
Gotcha.
Like, if once I decide to go to sleep, once again, it's super dependent on what happens before bed with me. In the most ideal and opportune moments, it still takes me about 20, 25 minutes to go to bed to actually fall asleep that I can kind of consciously feel happening.
See, I've learned, and my wife points this out, that I'm always in a relaxed state. I'm not really like hard strung. And so, like, if I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I could go lay down for a nap and be gone for 2 hours.
But you don't have like the intrusive thoughts, because that is the thing that
Not
just
really.
gets to me, and so much so that you actually have to build coping mechanisms and skills to do it. But when everything is dark, that's when my mind turns on, and it's like every mistake I've ever made in my entire life plays through my head, like like the Star Wars beginning.
Yeah.
It's just like a list of everything that I've ever done.
A long time ago in a galaxy not too far away.
Yep.
No, I've taught myself how to turn those off.
Oh, that's good.
So I can. This is a weird thing that I do. When you close your eyes, sometimes like light kind of goes like that. And what I just motioned was it just expands.
Yeah.
If I focus on that light, I could go to sleep really, really fast.
That's good. That's really good. What
and
about
it
you, Jake?
cancels out my
I'm
thoughts.
not. I deal with all my intrusive thoughts throughout the day. So by nighttime, I don't have a problem.
I was going to say, Jake teaches the sweeping method.
You sweep it.
Sweep it away.
The way that I learned is the river method, that you are supposed to picture yourself in a river.
Oh, I thought you were going to say push them in the river.
No. And as you're in the river, the troubles and the thoughts that are coming are the lily pads that are floating down the river. You're supposed to acknowledge them, but allow them to pass. And not focus on the lily pads.
No, that's good.
Yeah. So,
Good.
fun stuff. How much sleep do you need to feel rested and alert the next day?
I'm 7 to 8 hours.
Do you feel after because Jake, I think that you probably are the earliest riser. Do you feel rested? Because let's see, 10 to 5:30 is about 7.5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you feel rested at 7 hours?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it doesn't mean I don't wake up a little groggy at the beginning, but within like 5-10 minutes, I'm fully awake.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah, mine's a whole lot longer. I need probably a good solid 10 hours of sleep to feel like somewhat rested.
Really? 10 hours?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
No wonder you guys
now,
take naps.
I will say this. I wear a cute little watch at night to track my sleep. And I wake up, or I am very restless sleeper. So I roll
Have you ever thought about doing your apnea test?
Yeah, I know it's coming soon.
Yeah. I did it. I did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't detect any kind of like abnormal apnea, so.
Yeah, but I would say probably about 10 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can, if I get like wearing the watch, the fun watch thing, if my watch can show that I'm in bed for 7.5 hours with halfway decent like sleep score, I'm good.
And I'll say this. I think the reason that mine's different is because I do take certain medicine that I think makes it so I am just not.
Speaking of medicine, do you guys take any kind of supplementation for sleep at all?
No.
None at all? Mm-mm. Magnesium. Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Does you wonders?
Does me wonders.
Interesting.
A lot of scientific evidence showing that magnesium, especially if you have low magnesium to begin with, if you take magnesium before bed, it's a good sleep aid.
Interesting.
And it's not habit forming. So like unlike what is the
melatonin?
Yeah, melatonin can be habit forming. So what are some of your favorite ways to wind down before bed? Recently
I do crossword puzzles.
Really?
Which I feel like would be the exact opposite of what you should be doing because your brain
actually no. I think that there is in kind of researching this, they say that if you activate your brain in a passive manner, so you're not doing like what they consider to be intense problem solving, so like reading or simple games, even puzzles or something like that, is actually supposed to be really good for sleep.
The other thing I do is I sit in my bathroom, turn on the shower, turn the lights off and light a candle and sit there for an hour.
So quasi meditation is kind of Josh's. Josh has a meditative routine that is costing the Great Salt Lake all of its water.
This is why you work or you stay in an apartment where you don't pay for your water.
That is pretty.
Until they hear the podcast, that is.
And until they're like, "Oh wait, you're spending how much?"
Jake, what about you?
So normally I'll watch a show. I'm into a sitcom comedy. That's a double
sitcom. A comedy sitcom.
Yeah, I just like I like those, or like the one I'm in right now is Superstore.
Oh,
I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about that.
So that's one I've started watching at nighttime, and then usually afterwards I'll either normally while I'm watching it I'm drawing, or just sitting. And
do you have a break between when you stop watching a show and when you go to bed, or are you able to kind of just go from one to the other?
I can go from one to another pretty quick. I sometimes will take an extra 10 minutes to do.
So you haven't had any of like the blue light problems? We'll talk about the blue light problems later, but like I know that there's a lot of people, me included, like if I watch a show too late, there is a definite issue with me going to sleep. It takes me longer to go to sleep.
Yeah, I have not. I don't think I've ever really had an issue with that. So, which is, I mean, it's not probably healthy to do it anyway. But you know,
they do say that sleep routines are the most important thing. Sleep, and I've got to give a little bit of background, I guess. So part of the reason that I pick this is because it really is kind of in the zeitgeist. I use the word again.
That's
define zeitgeist, Danny.
I feel like that's a third or fourth podcast in a row.
I think I've used zeitgeist a lot. The cultural experience, what is popular in the culture right now. Sleep is one of the big things that people are focusing on, specifically like in discussion about brain health as you get older, in muscle recovery, in obesity. You know, sleep is kind of becoming a lot more of like an important subject and topic in those kind of discussions. So I thought it would be kind of fun just to talk in general about like our sleep experiences, and then to go next into some of the sleep problems that are pretty common out there.
Do it.
Go ahead. Name some. What are some of the sleep problems you guys know?
Insomnia.
Wetting the bed.
Insomnia. Yes, wetting the bed is actually one.
Night terrors.
Ooh, night terrors.
Sleepwalking.
Ooh, sleepwalking. Sleep talking.
So this is the list that I've got. Insomnia is the number one and also one of the least understood, in that it's kind of one of those general diagnoses is if you're not sleeping, you're an insomniac, and they're not actually giving you a lot of information as to why. And unfortunately, a lot of times when people get this diagnosis, the very first thing that a doctor does is instead of trying to solve why they're insomniac,
Melatonin.
they're going to toss all sorts of drugs on them. And not even, melatonin's the first step, but we're talking like Ambien and some of the hardcore stuff, which is exciting. Sleep apnea is the second most common one. Narcolepsy is actually kind of high on the list.
Really?
Yep. Now, this is characterized by excessive daytime sleepiness, sudden muscle weakness called cataplexy, and sleep paralysis and hallucinations. All very, very common when we talk about narcolepsy.
I had a math teacher that had narcolepsy.
Really?
Yep, in high school.
Who?
Mr. Miller.
Oh, I guess he did.
He was the one-legged wonder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would be like in the middle of like actually explaining an equation. And then like he would stop. And then we would all be like looking up at the presentation and like turn around and he's out cold.
Now, did he have narcolepsy or did he have like severe sleep apnea? Because remember, Grandma used to do that. Before she was diagnosed with her sleep apnea, you could be like talking to Grandma and she would fall asleep and you'd be like, Grandma?
I mean, it could be. So
Yeah.
See, and I had a teacher, I think you guys probably had her in middle school, Mrs. Crane. Who's the Utah.
Yeah.
She had diabetes. She was diagnosed with diabetes just before I came in, and she would go into diabetic shock where she would
That is scary.
like
drop.
just slump over.
Well, that's like catatonia and everything. That gets freaky.
So she taught with a shotter in her hand because hers would hit so fast that she didn't have time to go like grab her shot. She would just like stab herself.
Circadian rhythm sleep disorders. So the circadian rhythm is your natural sleep-wake cycle.
yes.
Everybody can establish a circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm sleep disorders are when let's say that you're working like a swing shift or a night shift, and it actually like physically changes your circadian rhythm, and then trying to go back to a standard normal circadian rhythm, it's very disruptive.
Puts your body almost in a shock.
Yep. So big time with like delayed sleep phase, advanced sleep phase syndrome, meaning that you don't go into rapid eye movement as quickly. You don't get deep sleep. You're in a much more like high level light sleep, which is not good for you.
Now, and we'll probably talk about this later. Can you combat that by putting yourself in like a pitch black room, or is time like your body recognizes that time?
Your body can recognize
what time of day it is.
the specific time. It's kind of interesting.
There's scientists out there that they have a lot of not pseudoscience because it is scientific, but they talk a lot about light exposure.
Yeah.
That the certain kind of light really, really affects your circadian rhythm, and that if you have some control of those lights, sometimes you're able to combat some of the issues. However, humans are meant to sleep at night, and so our body for millions and millions of years has been built evolutionarily speaking to actually sleep during the night, and so any kind of disruption in that is not good, and also very abnormal. So this is a new phenomenon. This is not a phenomenon.
Well, you think before the invention of light bulbs, working at night was impossible. Yeah. Really. I mean, you could have candles and stuff, but
you had the lantern.
Really, but even then, it was you just didn't. Okay. Parasomnias. This is abnormal behaviors during sleep. This is sleepwalking, sleep talking, or night terrors.
Hey.
Incredibly common in children.
Really?
Hey.
Incredibly common in children. And the interesting thing is there's not a lot of information as to why.
Yeah, I've heard some people if they eat cheese, like that would cause them to have like there's you guys have probably all seen it. There's a girl on Instagram that got really famous because she slept walk.
Oh yeah.
And talked. Yeah. And her thing was, I swear, it was like if she ate cheese,
dairy
right before,
or cheese or something like that,
it would cause it to happen.
Which is actually, it's funny because that was a normal thing to talk about. Like if you go back and read like the Christmas Carol, that's what Scrooge says.
You're a mustard or whatever. Crap.
Yeah, you're a bad piece of cheese. So restless leg syndrome.
I have that.
The uncomfortable sensation in the legs accompanied by the urge to move them, especially when trying to fall asleep.
I do have that from time to time.
Do you?
Yep. I call them dancing feet.
Hypersomnia. This is excessive sleepiness. And it's mostly kind of connected to narcolepsy and idiopathic hypersomnia. But there's also just...
What?
Those are all big words, Nanny.
Idiopathic hypersomnia.
That sounds like something you'd say in Star Trek. Idiopathic hypersomnia. Or whatever.
We're going idiopathic hypersomnia.
Yeah.
I actually had what it was. Hold on. I will tell you what it is. So it is very rare, but it's a chronic neurological sleep disorder that causes excessive daytime sleepiness and then difficulty waking up, even if you have good sleep during nighttime.
And like I said, I think I contribute this more to my medication and just mental illnesses that I have. But that kind of falls in the realm. I don't know if you guys, I mean, Danny, you were out of the house, but Jake, you were working and stuff. But at the end of my high school, I would come home and sleep till dinner, wake up, and then sleep the rest of the night.
Oh, but you know something? So did I, though. Like, if you guys remember, like, I would crash and sleep, like, all in the afternoon, wake up for dinner and everything like that, and then be able to literally sleep another 12 hours.
Yeah.
So...
And mine,
not Jake.
I look
Not
back,
this guy.
Poor Jake.
and we discovered it was my depression is what that was. I just had no motivation to do anything else.
I don't know what mine was. It just was. Okay. REM sleep behavior disorder. You act out your dreams. Best example of this,
You punch your wife.
Parks and Recreation and Ron's sleep fighting. If anybody... And you just need to go watch it. It's
I
amazing.
have this from time to time where if I am fighting something, I tend to throw a punch or a kick.
Yeah.
And my wife hates me for it.
Yeah, it's funny because like when I was reading about this, it was comical when I started reading about it, but then like I went into it and the unfortunate part is your brain is supposed to shut down your body when you're sleeping, and that it doesn't can cause some big issues.
A chemical that kind of technically puts your body in a paralysis to stop being used.
So,
and that brings up sleep paralysis.
Yes. So sleep paralysis falls under, is actually a parasomnia. It's part of like a night terror.
Gotcha.
Do you want to explain to everybody what is sleep paralysis, Josh?
Sleep paralysis is the inability. Just kidding. I have no idea. Inability to wake up is
It's the inability to move.
Yeah, like you wake up, but your body's still in like sleep mode, so you can't move.
And you can still technically sometimes hallucinate or see things from your dream.
And often people do. Now, this is a fun paranormal one I want to talk about because it is many people who go through sleep paralysis actually experience incredibly similar visions and incredibly similar hallucinations. This is where the idea of the old hag came from. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the old hag or, a succubus, or it's a kind of a misdiagnosed sleep paralysis. It's been all throughout history, but they always kind of,
demonic.
Yeah, exactly.
The Shadow Man was mine.
Yeah, the Shadow Man. The man with the hat.
Yep.
Very, very, very common one when it comes to sleep paralysis. So kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But
it is.
But we're not talking about paranormal.
I was going to say, the only person, I don't know if you've had it, Danny, but I know Jake's had it before.
I had it.
Did you really? Like when?
What?
It was during your
10
teens.
through 13?
I was going to
really?
say, this
Really?
was during your
Yeah.
night
So did you have?
terrors
Did you actually have like the paralysis where you felt like you couldn't move? Oh, really?
Yeah, you'd wake up and you'd see something and you just kind of felt stuck and there was no movement. Yeah.
I've had it once where I woke up and I knew I was conscious, but I tried moving and it was like terrifying. It was frightening as heck.
It's one of those that you almost can't speak, so you're trying to get things out. You almost feel hostage. So,
All right.
there's a reason I was kind of,
A mess.
a mess as a kid.
Jake,
mess.
I
why
had
you
I had
never
to-
slept.
It's the reason I had to go study psychology to understand what was wrong with me. And now I'm great.
There you go.
All right. Shall we talk about some of the myths and misconceptions around sleep disorders?
Yes.
Yes, we don't need it.
Number 1, sleep disorders only affect older adults and those who are overweight.
Well,
we can't say a whole lot about it.
Sleep disorders like sleep apnea.
Danny
Speaking
didn't have
of-
enough sleep last night.
Seriously. Sleep disorders like sleep apnea can affect people of all ages and body types. As a matter of fact, there's a big, heavy hereditary component
and
to
we
sleep
inherited
apnea.
that.
Our tiny throats.
Anatomical features like narrow airways can
Big
contribute to
tongue.
sleep apnea, regardless of age or weight. Now, does that mean that they don't affect it? Of course not. Like if you're overweight
Yeah.
and you're old, you have a higher propensity to be able to develop sleep apnea. But a lot of it, especially for people our age, is actually more to do with family history. Also, alcohol consumption.
Our ancestors drank so much alcohol it affects us, even though we're not alcoholics.
And the gobblers that I get.
Insomnia is just about not being able to fall asleep.
No.
False. Insomnia actually is not just falling asleep, but it's also waking up too early. If you wake up too early and you have an inability to fall back to sleep, that is considered an insomnia or insomniatic disorder.
Interesting.
And this is if you wake up and are unable to fall back to sleep after standard nighttime activities, including but not limited to going to the restroom.
Jake.
Hey, it's after 4. I'm good.
That's true.
Actually, it's not.
No.
The standard sleep schedule
Let me
most of the time
enjoy my myth.
has to be about 8 hours. Myth.
7 to 8 hours, Danny. Come on.
Myth. You can catch up on lost sleep.
I feel like, okay, now I say yes to this because I do it all the time, but I know for a fact it's a myth. Like until a certain point or age, I feel like I was told.
While sleeping in on weekends might make you feel better temporarily, it doesn't fully compensate for the sleep debt accumulated during the week.
It's better to have it full. Now, that being said, if you've had nights where you didn't really sleep at all, even getting a little bit caught up the next day does restore some brain functionality.
Cognitive function. And they say that within a 24-hour period, you should have at minimum 2 hours of sleep to have to basic cognitive function. If you fall below that, that's when you can actually have cognitive impairment.
Now, did you guys, speaking of which, I mean, are you going to go over the sleep deprivation study they did back in the 60s?
No, because I want to do that one for a paranormal one too.
All right, then we'll hold off on that one.
Because the sleep deprivation
Isn't
stuff
that when they stayed up for
gets
like
crazy.
Because that was when I got to study, and it was, yeah.
People started hallucinating after 3
when
days.
they go crazy?
They literally did.
By day 6, they were violent.
Really?
They developed schizoaffective disorders by
Dang.
week. Yeah. I was actually looking at that and thought it would be fun to talk about, but I want to talk about it just in general.
All
'cause I think
you
it's really fun.
non-sleeping listeners, go to bed.
Daytime sleepiness means you didn't get enough sleep.
No.
You're not getting enough oxygen. You're dying.
That is actually exactly what it is.
Oh, shoot.
You have a decreased amount of oxygen intake, and you should probably.
Crap, I need to have
It's the
oxygen
same
at
thing
night.
with if you're yawning too much, you're probably not breathing the way you're supposed to be breathing.
Myth: you can live with less sleep.
No.
Actually, fact is you can. It's just not going to be a very happy existence. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep for optimal health performance. And if you have chronic sleep deprivation, it can lead to a variety of health problems.
Now, here's a question. I know recently they updated the amount of hours needed for age groups.
They did.
Is that correct?
They did, and for sexes.
Wow.
It was actually so, and this was actually a big controversy in the sleeping world. The standard sleeping model has always been based off of a healthy 18 to 40-year-old male.
Oh.
And there's new evidence that shows, and the wives and any woman can use this stat now, that women actually do need more sleep.
Because they use more of the brain.
Do you know what's
anyways.
funny? You think that would be a great excuse. I literally had to use it on my wife saying, honey, look, you have to sleep.
Yeah, because there's a guilt thing. No, I agree.
They're like, oh, I don't want to feel like I'm too lazy. It's like, no, you need it.
never stop using your brain. What?
Well, and it's not just a brain. It's also the way that they process fats. It is standard way different for a male and a female.
So
when we're talking about that,
Kylie McBride, if you are listening right now, and I know you listen, you better go to bed. Because I'm gonna beat
she's gonna
up.
record that one part every time she can. She's gonna be like,
as Josh goes home and he's like, "Hey, Kylie, let's watch a movie."
All right, myth number 5: watching TV before bed helps you fall asleep.
No.
Incorrect.
Hey, wait a minute.
The light and sounds from electronic devices can interfere with sleep. It is better associated with bed, with sleep and relaxation, rather than activities like watching TV.
I'm what you're called an outlier.
Well, now this is something that's really important, though. In this fact is very specific. It is when you have a TV in your room. If you do not have a TV in your room and your TV is associated with another room in the house, and you go to bed, you have less sleep interruption.
See, we have a TV in our room, but it's not for nighttime watching. It's more for morning watching or just kind of other things. So, like, if the kids come and jump in the bed in the morning, they love turning it on and just snuggling with mom and stuff.
It's funny that you bring up that that's unhealthy, because Jake and I, when we shared a room, we had a TV in our room and we watched movies every single night.
We'll have to talk a little bit about, because there is some,
and I slept great.
There is some association with the kind of TV. Modern day digital TVs are worse for your eyes because they don't have a good red shift.
Oh, this was like a tube.
Yeah, and so I mean, there's
a good old tube.
There's so many, and like I said, the light therapy stuff it's interesting to go into, but I think that you have to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, because it's only one factor in the whole sleep thing. So
well, and I mean, and they're starting to build in a lot of blue light filter technology that you can actually change that during certain hours. Now, I will say though, I love falling asleep to watching TV.
Really? Oh,
it's one of those that, like, if I fall asleep on the couch watching TV, which for me, I mean, here, I'll just specify, I don't nap. I hate napping.
Jake has never napped.
You have never been a napper.
It is just, it does not give me any type of jump in the day. It doesn't do anything for me. I feel groggy after. I hate it. But watching, so like at nighttime when I'm watching TV and I fall asleep and wake up like several hours later, I feel so good. It's one of those weird ones.
That is weird.
What the
I know.
heck?
It's weird.
Do you know who else did that? Hunter S. Thompson from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Of course, he was also on heavy drugs. Jake, this is an intervention. We know that you're using heavy drugs.
That's right.
Cocaine.
See, and here's my thing.
I'm getting high on the spirit, Danny.
If I fall asleep to a movie, I get so anxious, because then I'm like, how many episodes did I miss?
Well,
what did I miss in the movie?
No, I watch comedy YouTube videos.
Oh, gotcha.
Bloopers. So, like, I fell asleep to the beginning of Everyone Loves Raymond bloopers, which was like an hour and a half long. And I woke up and it was the Seinfeld bloopers, and it was an hour in, and I went, oh, that was a good sleep.
Now, this is interesting. Do you think it's the white noise that does it? Like, are you tuning? Are you tuning out?
I am a white noise guy.
Because you always have been kind of a white noise guy.
I have a fan running all
Me
night
too.
long.
I have 2 fans in my. I cannot sleep with silence.
I do not. Well, the problem is it's not silence. You can hear everything.
Yeah.
You can hear the pipes moving. You can hear the scuttles. You can hear the stuff.
I can hear myself.
So it's more about drowning out the noises.
Yeah.
I see.
That's the other thing. So I can tell when I have my fan off, because I can hear myself breathing. If I can hear myself breathing, I have to turn something on.
Yeah.
Because myself breathing keeps me up.
The white noise literally saved me when it came to sleeping in my teenage years, because that was when I had the night terrors the worst and stuff like that, and I was sleeping in the basement by myself.
That's right.
So the introduction of that and some other stuff really helped me kind of
That's
avoid
interesting.
that.
Okay, so speaking of night terrors, and let's go into the actual dreaming scape for just a second. Dreams. Do you guys remember your dreams?
Yes.
Every so often.
Every so often?
Yeah, not like every night, but I would say probably like 2 or 3 times a week.
Are your dreams nonsense dreams, or are they narrative dreams? Are they things that make sense in like, if you were to take them outside of the dreaming scape and you were to just tell a story, would they make sense, or are they more like just wild nonsense?
Mine are pretty nonsense. I do have some normal ones occasionally, but I have a lot of nonsense ones.
Are your normal ones more associated with anxiety-driven dreams?
Yeah. I it's one of those that for me it's always going back to my mission in the Philippines at my current
Isn't that
stage.
so funny?
But then getting over there and being like, okay, I can't remember the language, and then going, oh crap, I have to learn how to use the money system again and things like that. So yeah, there's some of that, but there's also going back to college.
Yes,
I have a lot of going back to in-person classes, showing up into the class and sitting down with them saying, okay, today's the final test, and me going, I haven't come to class for several weeks. I don't know what we're talking about. And things like that.
See, and do you know what's funny? I have never had a dream at my current location or the previous couple that I've lived in while married. I've never had a dream about this house or parents' house. It's always at your house.
My
Danny.
house?
Yep.
Our childhood home?
Yep.
I do have a lot of dreams at your house. My thing is my dreams sometimes come a little bit more to life because I make noises. So there was one where I was coming into this home, and it was one of our neighbors' homes, but my wife and I had bought it, and I came home during the workday, so everyone was gone, but I noticed our door was open. And so I was coming up the steps, kind of prepped, and I decided to grab like a stick thinking that was going to defend me. And then I saw people inside the house, and they were like young teenagers. And I grabbed the stick,
Beat them.
and then just started yelling out. And in my mind, that was going to scare him silly. What I didn't realize,
You're scaring
it was
your wife.
scaring my wife silly. Because all of a sudden she says, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden it was. So I had another dream where I thought I could scare someone away by barking at them. And my wife says it was funny because I was kind of moving around quite a bit in my sleep, and then all of a sudden it was woo, woo. So usually I get woken up by a hand going, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. My dreams are almost always complete nonsense. And actually, that's my nonsense dreams are when I associate me dreaming actually like, or when I'm sleeping really well. It is only when I'm not sleeping well that they start to like form something closer to reality. And it's mostly anxiety driven. So it is the going back to the mission and realizing you don't know what you're doing. Going back to high school is one of my big things, and realizing that I forgot to go to a class for an entire semester.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, oh crap. Let's talk about nightmares. Do you guys have nightmares?
Not anymore. I feel like I really don't have nightmares.
If I'm in pain, that's when I have nightmares.
So, really?
Yeah, especially stomach pain. I will more than likely have a very fierce dream.
So I'm going to go through a couple of the common nightmare scenarios. You tell me if you've ever had one like this. Have you ever had a nightmare of being chased?
I mean, yeah, in my lifetime, sure.
Yeah, a long time ago. I haven't had a chase one for a long time.
Let's see if you list mine.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going down. Teeth falling out.
Never had that one.
You've never had a teeth falling out?
My wife has.
Oh, you guys are lucky. I have teeth falling out ones all the time.
Really?
My teeth aren't that important. If they fell out, be like,
Mine is always like...
Isn't it the eternal teeth falling out? Like they just keep falling out?
They do. Like it's something starts and then they just keep going. And it's falling out, and it's like all of my teeth are pulling out, and it's one of those like it's a portent of doom. There's going to be something else bad that's going to happen in the dream, and the teeth are just kind of the start. Falling.
I have falling dreams quite a bit.
No.
Trapped. Any dreams or nightmares where you're trapped?
No.
I don't know if I have any.
I don't know if I've ever had a trapped one. I'm going to take that back. If we define it as being caught by something, then I've had that.
I mean, the sleep paralysis is the only thing that I felt trapped in.
Naked.
I say I've never had Say, not bad dreams.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's never a nightmare.
So no naked in public.
No.
Being late to something, but not knowing specifically what you're late for.
See, I've had that, but it hasn't, for me, it doesn't feel like a nightmare. It's just kind of showing up and being like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
No,
Partner leaving or cheating.
I have had that, and it's horrible.
I had that right before we got married, where Julie went back with one of her previous boyfriends after I proposed. Like, another one proposed, and she came over and she's like, I think I'm gonna go with him. And I'm like, but I just proposed. And she's like, yeah, but and I woke up and I was like, I completely agree. I could totally see why she would want to do that. And then Julie's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And then you get all
sad. You're like, oh. Okay, and this is the last one. This is the last one on the list, and it's one that I had to think about. Have you ever had an uncanny valley dream? And what that means is you were talking to someone who you know very well, parent, child, spouse, best friend, and there's just something off about them, and all of a sudden the dream shifts and it becomes scary. Have you ever had one of those?
Who?
No.
I'm trying to
Never.
think.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I've had them where I'm with family and then circumstances just progressively get worse. And I've had really bad dreams. I'm not going to go over something because some of them are very traumatic even to talk about.
Sure.
But yeah, there's been a few, I guess.
So the reason that this one kind of caught me off guard is because I've never had it explained like that, where I have had dreams where I'll be, let's say, sitting on a porch talking to mom or something. And all of a sudden what will happen is I'll be talking to mom and her eyes will just shift. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's almost like their whole body posture shifts and all of a sudden it's not mom. And then she looks at me and I know that she's going to attack me. Like I've had those dreams.
Wow,
Danny.
Like a lot. So
Do you know what that means, Danny?
actually I looked into it and
unresolved trauma.
there's a lot
Just
of
kidding.
Here's the problem with dream interpretation, because I actually wanted to get into a little bit of like nightmare and dream interpretation, except that most professional psychologists and psychiatrists that are not using some very outdated models say it's just bupkis. Like most dreams are just you could have some unresolved thing that your brain is working through, but most of the time it's just,
if you're going to overanalyze a dream, you could get
it's
way
just
far
memory
away.
dumping.
And then it's psychological suggestion where then you're suggesting something that's not actually happening.
Yeah. And that's kind of what they said. They said that, Freud used to do a lot of dream interpretations.
Yeah, he did.
And it's not, that model has just kind of gone away. And for the very reason that Jake said, it's that it was implanting memories or implanting thoughts that weren't actually there. So,
But that being said, when you actually do some studies on it, there are some interesting things. And it's kind of fun, like when you look at a dream and go, oh, I can see why I probably had that dream. Other times you're like, I am a messed up person because I just dreamed about marrying something that wasn't even a living thing. It was like a cupcake or something like that. You're like, what does that mean?
See, and do you know what my nightmare is?
go for it.
My nightmare is me being small. Now, let me explain. Not just like normal small. It'll be like I'll be talking to someone and then they'll enlarge and they do it infinitely. So I'm like a tiny thing and then it like grows out of my dream. Like it's, for some reason that scares the crap out of me.
Do you want to know mine? The one I have pretty often involves spiders.
Oh, and see,
Really?
that's what I was going to say, because I accidentally skipped one. And that is one that, according to this list, about 20% of the population has a dream of bugs or spiders crawling on you.
Yeah. See, and mine is that I see spiders and like I'm pretty good with spiders.
I'm not.
Small ones. I'm not. I don't do well with tarantula-sized ones, and I have plenty of Filipino experiences and stories I could share in the future about spiders and things like that. And because of that, I think my brain has some experience that it likes to rehash. But like, I'll see a spider, but then my brain will start going into detail, and I'll start seeing every hair on the spider, every eye. I'll see the throngs, and then all of a sudden there's more of them, and then I'm trapped in a room that's spiderweb infested.
Oh my gosh.
And then they're crawling on you, Joshua. I'm just trying to see if I can get Josh to.
I was going to say, Josh is over there like, "Whoa."
I've already peed my pants, so like.
Okay.
Wow.
So finally, as we're kind of wrapping up the rest of this conversation, because it's almost time to wrap up, I want to talk about healthy bedtime routines for adults specifically. And there is some difference there. Now, sleep is such a wide range thing. This was more of an introductory topic because I think it would be very interesting to go into different facets, talk about rapid eye movement, talk about deep sleep, talk about the different needs of the ages, and talk about the evolutionary things. We've just ran out of time like we always do.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen rapid eye movement in the process?
Yes, Kylie, my dear wife, does it
I
all
I don't think that I have.
flipping time.
It's really interesting to watch. So like you, some people will sleep with their eyes open, but some people, their eyes will be open just enough, and you can actually see their eyes going back and forth at very rapid movements.
Really?
My wife has a what's that called? Where her eyes deformed? Stigmatism.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit more pointy than most. And so when she falls asleep and I'll go and like hold her or something, if she gets in that, it's terrifying because her eyelids are just like.
Well, they just your eyes are moving back and forth.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
terrifying.
It's 90 minutes, so you can watch them for 90 minutes.
Well, it would be like I said, it would be super interesting maybe to do a second part and talk a little bit more about like the history and everything like that.
I say we didn't even get to go into like the fun brain stuff and the chemicals. We're gonna have to do that.
Yeah, and we didn't get to talk about like diphasic sleeping, where people used to believe that people in history actually slept in two separate time periods, and
so they sleep for a few hours, wait, and then sleep
if that's
another
true
hours.
or not. So it would be fun to get into all that. So we'll have to do a sleep.
Stay
part two.
tuned. Yeah,
We've got a lot of part twos coming up, people. So get
Or
ready for it.
We'll forget.
Yes, we
So
will.
remind us.
Exactly. Remind us. Okay, number one, consistent sleep schedule is one of the most important things. This means going to bed and waking up around the same time every day.
Points for Jake.
That is good, Jake. You can. I am not that way.
Stinking bladder and everything else.
I think that my problem is I still see the weekends as a time to catch up on sleep, even though I know it's not actually catching up on sleep. And so I don't have that consistency. Number two, a wind down routine that has to happen at least 60 minutes before bed. This includes dimming lights, limiting screen time, engaging in relaxing activities, and then some form of mindfulness or meditation. So Josh is lighting a candle in a bathroom and taking an hour shower actually does qualify for meditation. And they literally actually talk about
I
it.
used to do that all the time before I had to pay for it.
Me too.
Yeah, and the thing is I never get in the shower.
The other thing that they talk about that is very helpful in this stage is preparing for the next day, especially for people that ever have some kind of anxiety. Pulling out a journal, pulling out a to-do list, writing it down, putting it away from your bed, out of your bedroom, somewhere that you're going to see it in the morning so that your mind connects your to-do list as something that happens outside of the bedroom.
See, and that's what I do for work.
See, and yeah, no.
Okay. Create a relaxing sleep environment. Your bedroom needs to be dark and quiet and cool.
Yes.
So, and most sleep experts say that you need to invest in a very comfortable mattress that is good for you. And that's going to be different for anybody. It's going to either be medium, soft. They actually don't recommend soft all that much. As medium or hard is kind of what they recommend for mattresses anymore.
So here's my thing.
Or firm.
So I've slept in
This mattress is hard.
I have slept in both of your beds because you guys have gone on vacation. I've watched your kids. Your guys' bed sucks.
What are you talking about?
Mine
Jake,
does right
yours
now.
is rock solid.
Mine is not that hard.
Yes, and Danny's, yours is so soft.
I have the cooling function in the mattress.
You
so
keep your
it
house
cools
at like
you.
85 degrees.
No. I don't keep my house at 85 degrees. My wife keeps my house super hot.
And this is actually something that I wanted to talk about because we've had this discussion, me and my wife. Sleep experts unanimously agree.
Isn't it 67 degrees?
It is 60 to 67 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's what
is what you have to have it on for the most optimal sleeping.
I have tried to convince my wife and her family for years about that, but they don't believe me. So
I have literal scientific studies.
69 degrees is where we're at right now, and that's what we've kind of learned to deal with. Now, I learned to sleep in 90 to 100 degree weather every day, so I can't complain too much. But
just a couple other considerations as we're kind of closing up shop, because it is about that time. Avoiding caffeine and alcohol before bed is a must anymore.
see, and I just don't drink caffeine anymore, so
That's good. Josh, you didn't say anything.
I drop a full beer. No, just kidding. No, swig of wine. No, I sometimes whatever I have liquid wise, I just kind of bring it with me to bed. So if it's a Mountain Dew,
Josh is chugging Mountain Dew.
yeah, because I get super stuffy at night, and so I'll wake up and just get a drink, and sometimes it's just Kool-Aid. I might have some Kool-Aid.
I have to admit,
No
having an
wonder.
orange Kool-Aid at night, I do that sometimes just because it's nostalgic for me.
I'm a straight water guy. I keep 32 ounces of water just ready for me to
and
guzzle
I do
down
water,
if I wake up.
But
See,
like I said,
drink water all the other times.
sometimes if I'm really bad and like had dinner at 10 o'clock, because I sometimes do that, and had like a soda, I'll bring that to me.
See, and you're
that
supposed to
bed
have, I
with
think it's
me.
like, what, 2 hours? You're supposed to have a 2 hour period between
2
when
hour
you eat
period.
and when you...
Yeah. Now
So
I
that's the
have
next
stomach
one.
problems.
Don't eat a large meal right before bed. And this actually, so they say in this one, there's actually some reports that you need a 4-hour break.
See, we eat at 5, so...
See, and I've heard that also affects your weight because it doesn't
Very much
process
so.
correctly. And so, yeah.
You get heartburn. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Exercise earlier in the day. Avoid strenuous exercise close to bed, except for they do say that a nighttime walk that is slow paced,
I love a good night.
right after you eat, will help regulate your glucose levels, and that will help you sleep better.
I used to do that a lot. I need to do that again because I used to love doing that. I don't like doing it in the summer as much.
It's so hot,
man,
but in the
during
fall,
the fall,
it's
that's
my
a good
favorite
walk.
thing in the
See,
world.
do you
to
know the favorite place? Bear Lake. During the
Yeah.
fall or during spring where you may get a little misting or whatever.
Oh, see, that's what I'm going to go do.
Finally, number 1, don't force sleep.
I do what I want.
If you can't fall asleep after 20 minutes, you're actually supposed to get out of bed and go somewhere else. And then for another 20 minutes,
Wait, what do you say?
engage
Okay,
is
thank
what
you.
I said.
Okay, just making sure.
Heavens. If you can't fall asleep after 20 minutes, get out of bed and engage in relaxing activity.
Oh man, I can't recover from that. Oh, that was good.
Sorry for the insensitivity of my brothers.
It's not that.
Childish.
It was just perfectly placed. Oh, I'm weeping.
Gonna have to keep that one in or nobody's gonna know what we're talking about.
They're just gonna hear us laughing.
Just giggling like something bad happened.
So engage in other activities.
Engage in other activities.
Do they have specific activities they would
They
like you to engage in?
actually do. But we're not going to go into it because we've ran out of time.
Part 2.
We're leaving people on a cliffhanger.
You wicked gentleman, you.
I didn't say it.
That's a good point.
I say I didn't have a stutter and stroke, and then you say the word.
I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody. I need more sleep.
Yes, I think we're all getting tired.
All right, final thoughts. Let's start with Josh.
If you listen to this podcast before you sleep, I'm sorry. This will probably keep you up all night long. Just Jake's laughter, all in your dreams, nightmares. Sleep paralysis.
I hope I can provide laughter for those. I hope I'm the Drew Carey of the show, where when they laugh.
Oh, I'm actually showing that to my son tonight.
All right.
Whose Line is amazing.
That's one that I can fall asleep to.
I watch Whose Line probably every day.
We watch a lot of. I love Whose Line. Final word, Jake.
My big thing. I mean, as you guys have heard, I'm very structured in my sleep. I feel like when you have a plan to help yourself kind of soothe and calm down prior to going to sleep, it helps a lot. But my big thing is like there's something called sleep hygiene. Do some research on it. They have a lot of different methods and means by which you can kind of help your body prepare for sleep. But for me, it's kind of funny. I have literally written a epic novel in my head, just because, like, for the first 5 minutes before I go to sleep, I can go into that story, play it out, have fun with it, and then go right to bed.
Interesting.
That's literally like my meditation.
It's
for
almost
sleep.
like a daydream.
Yeah.
Before sleeping.
And it's very comforting. It's fun, and then it's just stuff like that. Or as Josh talked about, the picturing even like a janitor in a very nice white outfit and everything.
A gender?
Which gender?
Gender.
Picture a gender.
It depends on on your preference.
It's getting real bad here, people. I apologize. Here's my final word before we close up shop. We need more sleep.
You're missing out. Wait. Let's go back to it really quick. Janitor.
Janitor.
Oh, janitor.
A janitor.
At least Danny's was close.
I swear I mumbled. A janitor cleaning out your thoughts. Now you can have a female or a male janitor, or you can have one that's in the middle. It's one of those. But I don't think I really care about the gender of the janitor.
I see.
As long as it comes out clean.
Final thoughts from me. Go to bed, everybody. I don't even know what you're doing right now.
You know what?
Go to bed.
Go potty.
We should have prepped
Brush
this
your
by
teeth.
saying, listen to this right before you go to bed. Don't do it.
Okay, wait, hold on. Everybody stop. This podcast should be listened to right before going to bed.
That makes it sound like it's an adult one.
You're right. I apologize.
This should be done right before bed.
Welcome to the
I can't
After Hours podcast.
I can't recover from this one. And that's it, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's Twaddling Along podcast. Once again, find us in all the places that you find podcasts, and rate, subscribe. Join us on the YouTube page and follow us there. Leave some comments. Send us emails. Just communicate with us, people. We want to hear from you.
How do you sleep?
Yeah. Answer that question. How do you sleep? How do you sleep at night?
Tell us your woes.
Now, if you
What
sleep in
gender
a
is
very
your
negative way,
janitor?
no.
What gender is your janitor? That's what Jake just said.
Send it to emails.
Well,
at twaddlingalong.com. That's emails at twaddlingalong.com.
So-
Thank you for joining us all.
everyone, go brush your teeth, go potty, let out a toot. It makes you sleep better.
I don't feel comfortable with that.